What's up? What's the word?
Y'all
All right,
good,
so
bro.
Chris, so you know you an extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? You've been holding it down for sports for so long, brother.
My dog.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Shout out to you on the Hitman podcast. So that's probably one of the main reasons we wanted to bring you on today to discuss, you know what I mean, what's going on in sports and things in that nature. So first topic today, I just wanted to chop it up with you regarding, right? How do you feel about the Chicago Bulls? Because if I'm not mistaken, you going to the draft lottery soon, right?
Yeah, so actually Mother's Day weekend. Shout out to all the moms out there, bro. I actually was glad you started with that. We just finished. I guess they won one of the play-in games against Atlanta, and then they went to Miami and lost to the Heat. Word around the campfire is like they trying to get DeMar DeRozan on 40 million. Like that's the Kobe deal, the D-Wade deal. I'm not necessarily a fan of DeMar DeRozan. He ain't never really won nothing when he was in Toronto or in San Antonio. So giving him the big bag when we got Kobe from Carolina, Caruso, you know what I'm saying? He had a championship with the Lakers. Like we could still build around the team, but it just seemed like they not really trying to win. They just keep selling out the arenas. And it's the same thing with the Bears, bro. They got the #1 pick tomorrow, but like when it comes to filling the seats, it seems like it's more of a money play. That's more important than bringing the team back to how we was in the 90s, bro. Y'all remember how lit the city was? 6 championships. Like it was pandemonium. And now it's kind of just like, it don't matter how much the tickets cost, people gonna keep selling it out. And as long as they selling it out, they can put a good team or a bad team out there. You feel me?
You was talking about the Bulls and you said about getting the bag and want to win. What does that mean, getting the bag and want to win? Like,
So to answer that, you got 2 max players, really 3 with Vucevic. You got Zach LaVine, who hasn't played in months, right? Opted for the surgery to get up out the game. People were saying like he's a clutch athlete. He's close to LeBron. He might get traded to the Lakers. He only wants to go to the Lakers. DeMar DeRozan, like they said, they stalled him out on the deal. People in the press have been asking him. The Sun-Times asked him, you know, how he felt about playing the whole season without an extension. He said it's something like a relationship that's kind of on the rocks. Like we both want it, but ain't nobody really ready to make the first move. Nevertheless, though, they was the #1 seed the first year he got here, and then they missed the playoffs the rest of the way. But we finna give him 40, potentially $50 million. The salary cap is going up and down with the league. And if we're not getting players to come in and win, like what are we doing? Are we paying to fill the seats? Are we paying to sell merch? Are we paying to win a championship? You feel me? You see what the Knicks is doing. The Knicks did exactly what we were supposed to do. They waited, they drafted, they took their time, and now they on the verge of going all the way, bro, if things shake out the way they're supposed to for them.
but what I was gonna say is with the Bulls, the thing is with the Bulls, I think that the whole Lonzo Ball thing kind of fucked us up.
That
So
started it,
by
you
us
right.
not having Lonzo Ball, with the team that we built with the Carusos, with the Zach LaVine, and the DeMar DeRozan, that kind of fucked up the trajectory. And then, believe it or not, though, uh, whatchamacallit being a I don't want to call him a jerk because I don't know him personally, but his mannerisms to me doesn't seem like he came to be like he wanted to be a team player. It was all about him,
You
Zach
talking about
LaVine.
Zach?
Yeah,
Word,
Zach,
got you, got
Zach,
you.
Zach didn't. Zach was about getting his money. Zach was about getting the ball. Zach was about taking the shots. Zach was about the betterment for him. And I think the difference between that, I think that when Lonzo left and when they had to lean more on DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to carry the team, Zach LaVine wanted to be the man instead of doing what was best for the team. And what was best for the team is, in a lot of instances, was giving DeMar DeRozan the ball. What was best for the team was to kind of step out the way and kind of help Io, and Kobe White develop. And you see that's what happened with I I I I I credit majority of Io's development to Zach Levine, to DeMar DeRozan. You know what I mean? Because he was taking him under his wing. He was making them practice with him. He was putting his arms around the young people. And I don't think Zach Levine really did that. So by him not really doing that, it kind of like took away from the growth and the chemistry of for the team. And I think the Bulls right now just at a standstill of what we gonna do moving forward.
I agree with what you're saying, and y'all done been to games, right? Y'all see the atmosphere in the crowd. Y'all see how people respond to DeRozan, or y'all see how people respond to Zach LaVine. You dig what I'm saying? Like, how often do y'all see DeMar DeRozan out in the cities? Like I said, when I was talking about giving him the money. It's no shade to him. It's just like, are we gonna win a championship with him as the A? That's all I'm saying. But in regards to like seeing him in the city, the influence that he has in terms of just making Bulls basketball aware around the city. How often do you see Zach LaVine in the city? How many charity events or you seen him at the softball joint at the sale? You feel me when the Bulls did that? But how often do you see Zach LaVine out in the city? You see DeMar DeRozan at Sky games. You see him at Blackhawks games. You see him at open runs for like EYBL. You know what I'm saying? He has his daughter kind of everywhere. So
he do be outside.
Zach do?
I not the charity events. I wouldn't say so, but I've seen him like
that. I'm just talking about
kicking I seen him out kicking it.
That's what I'm saying. If he out hot boy, that's different.
I'm not finna put that man business out here, but he be out in these streets.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if you see him out hot boy, like that's one thing. It's easy. It's like a New York or LA. If you in Chicago, it's easy to turn up. Y'all see what Angel Reese about to do this summer. Watch. But it's kind of easy.
I can't wait till she come to Chicago. We finna turn up.
So even when we're talking about being outside and being connected to the city, I guess that's gonna transition to our Chicago Bears conversation because like the Justin Field trade, right? That was crazy, right? And that was more so like he was outside. He was connected to the people. And us losing Justin Fields, it kind of made us. To me, I feel like Justin Fields was the people's connect to the Chicago Bears, right? The culture connect to the Chicago Bears.
And not to hold you real quick. What's even crazier is after he go to the Steelers, they not even offer him an extension, bro. So he didn't get his money here, and he not gonna get it in Pittsburgh.
That's business, though.
Interrupt your thought.
That's you went on point, but that's just the business of this. Like, no, everybody's not going to.
I think it's crazy that we even traded Shorty in the first place. Like he's been the lightning rod for us. Like he's brought Bears fans to the arena, to Soldier Field. Like all he needed was some more help. I feel like they gave up on him too early. Excuse me. Obviously they're gonna go with Caleb, who might be a new and improved, better version of a more decorated version. But it's like, dog, we've been trying to get a quarterback for 10 years between Trubisky and fool that was on the Eagles, Nick Foles, and then Andy Dalton, and then. You feel me? And then, like, what we on? Like, what we gonna do for real?
So why did the Bears give up on Justin so fast?
Money. I think it was too much pressure. Go ahead, Cole.
Me personally, I think it was the money situation because now, if you know, like, Caleb Williams is potentially gonna be the number 1 pick tomorrow, right? So when you start speaking about money, like his rookie clock, how much they was gonna have to pay Caleb opposed to having to pay Justin next year, right? So if I got Caleb Williams on this rookie deal for the next 3 to 4 years, that means in the next 3 to 4 years, that window we have a lot of money on the salary cap. So that means I can go get other players to make the rest of the team better,
opposed to just betting it all on this one player. Because
Justin Fields is gonna get that market value for a quarterback soon. Like he's still on his rookie deal, but it's more of a chance that I can get it from it. It's more of a chance where you extended your time to improve the rest of the team before you have to pay Caleb, right?
Right.
I feel that.
So and I get it, and I respect them for doing it.
But they didn't think about that when they brought him over the first time.
Who?
And he wanted to be here. It wasn't like somebody put a knife in his back or like threatened him to be. He wanted to be a Bear. Like you could tell by his play, like he loved getting the crowds up. I don't know how many games y'all was outside watching, but like my living room was going galactic. We was going crazy for bro. And I'm not even an Ohio State quarterback fan because they don't never really do well. But bro felt like he embraced the city. Like I said, kind of similar to DeMar. He was at Bulls games. He was kind of all over the city. He had his Reebok thing going. He was gonna be one of the spokespersons. Like so, it was really some energy getting behind the Bears outside of just defense. But like you said, bro, it's a cold game when it comes to the money. A lot of it behind the scenes, in a very real sense, is relationships. It's a bunch of folks that could be in the league right now, could be in the NFL right now, but because they not connected with the right people, you saying, oh, whatever happened to so and so, whatever happened.
So I want to say this. I want to say Justin Fields playing for the Bears was the closest thing that we had since D Rose left the Bulls.
You feel me? Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it.
That feeling in Chicago sports, that was the closest thing that we had to that feeling. I think by them letting him go, and Caleb might end up being it's a strong possibility Caleb Williams might be a better QB. Strong possibility. But
Are they gonna do Caleb Williams how they did Justin Fields?
Caleb Williams got 3 years to prove it.
And he ain't gonna let them play that with him because he already been in the system. He a millionaire before he came into the situation, so he already has a team around him that's not even gonna play them type of games. They know that they thirsty. They know we thirsty for a quarterback anyway. So he gonna come in, pink nails, pink cell phone, the whole nine, and still get the bag and still get everything he want.
So
I don't know. I was confused. I really thought that everybody was behind Justin, and it was like everybody just turned on him.
now, and the people that turned on him, the organization just made a business move. And
I feel like the people was kind of turning on him. Like I feel like his first couple of games, it was given he was nervous.
Bree, you know what it is? It's a mixture of both because they put him in a position to be the bad guy. They would have him doing certain stuff that would get, okay, I'm going to just run for a 90-yard touchdown as opposed to throwing for 15. And then they told him stop doing that. So when he got in the news, when he got in the press conference, it was like, y'all, they got me playing robotic. That's when it started to be an organization versus a player type of thing because you typically don't see players call out their coaches or their organizations when that stuff happens. If you're a good player, if you're on board, you keep that in-house. We hear all the time in the NBA, like everybody pillow talking. So when it gets out to the media, it's like, where the hell did this come from? It came from somebody that's unhappy. So when they finally had that come to Jesus, like, all right, bro, this is not how I play. I'm gonna let it rock. And I guarantee you, it might not be the prettiest, it might not be how y'all want it to look, but we gonna win games. And the other part of that is they were salty about that, like, dog, we trying to get the #1 pick again. You winning games. Remember Cody came down to Houston and Chicago, like, they might get it, we might get it. It's not just a pick. It's not just a ceremonial thing. It's a lot of money that goes into these picks, bro. A lot of money goes into because these people are planets. They're entities and brands of their own. So when you come in with a Caleb Williams, you got the Wendy's joint, you got representation, you got the agent, you got the entourage, you got all of that. And imagine doing that 6 or 7 times this year. So it's a cold game when it comes to the money. But I just think if the Bears want to move in the right direction, Ryan Poles got to start making some real hard decisions on whether we're going to be defense or whether we're going to be offense.
As a person that has to make, as a person that understands like coaching and putting together a team, I give Ryan Poles a little grace because Ryan Poles he really kept it a buck. Like he had to do the Justin Fields trade had to happen, right?
Yeah.
The coaching, they did the right thing because we talking about coaching. And Luke Getsy had to go. Like he was one thing you do not do is it's like you made it hard for Justin Fields to play quarterback, opposed to set the system together where it dictates to us his strengths. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's what he did not do. He did not play towards his strengths. So by not playing towards his strengths, it literally made him. In those first few games, he was doing shit he wasn't supposed to do. He wanted to run the offense how they were supposed to do it. Like it was one point in time in the second week, and we can move forward after this when the defense was like, "Yo, we know what they was gonna do. They was gonna run another screen." And in the Buccaneers game, we could have came back and possibly won that game, but they ran the screen and got the interception in the end zone, and when they went pick 6. So it was like the play calling for Justin Fields was right. So they tried. It's like when you got your team and when you got your QB, like you supposed to play to their strengths and you supposed to bring the best out of them, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Not make it hard for them to play, you know? And that's what he did with Justin Fields. Like he made Justin Fields hard to be himself. Same thing Matt Nagy did. Matt Nagy tried to make Justin Fields be something he wasn't and just let him go out there and ball. And you seen when he went out there and ball.
You can't do that in Chicago because we're going to look at you. If you finicky or funny in the light, you're going to lose the support.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
if you're gonna look thorough, you gotta be thorough, and I think that the organization put him in a bad spot.
All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from that, right? So I want to get your take on this because you was at the WNBA draft.
Hell yeah!
You held it down. Shout out for the Hitman podcast for those amazing videos of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso getting off the bus. You helped us send our numbers up, so appreciate you, bro, for that. Holding it down, family. It's been a lot of talk. Caitlin Clark she's receiving a lot of backlash for getting that shoe deal with Nike. And I think it's like the thing is I've been seeing that Asia Wilson, 2-time MVP, 2-time champion, Arguably, probably one of the best players that's currently right now in the WNBA. But I think she don't even have her own signature deal. Like so, if you can, because I know you real connected with the league and with sports, but if you can you speak on that and just give me your thoughts on that? And then, ladies, y'all feel free to chime in as well.
Well, I mean, it ain't that hard to figure out, unfortunately. Mind you, she deserves every dollar that she can get. She was a lightning rod, a tidal wave. You feel me? People was tuning in to women's college basketball for the first time for some, just to see her. For this has been 2 years that she done had the game in a chokehold. Whether it was her losing to LSU and kind of creating Angel Reese or creating that stage, she had to beat somebody. And then this year going, you know what I'm saying, the foul that happened with UConn, and then her ultimately going up against Dawn Staley in South Carolina. She makes them money, bro. That's the same thing with Steph. It's the same thing with Bron. Like, Bron is the all-time scorer in the league. Y'all think anything he don't want, he can't get at this point? He could get all the traffic tickets, blowing weed, all of that. You think the league is gonna have that? No, he's the #1 scorer in the league. He's gonna be Teflon. And Caitlin Clark is kind of the same way. Now, people was going in on her salary saying, "Oh, she make less than 80 grand to hoop," but she already was a millionaire from her endorsements, and she just signed, like you said, the richest deal for any women's athlete with Nike. This is what's shorty that played tennis, the Battle of the Sexes. We talking about Simone Biles, all of them.
Bigger than Serena.
Bro,
I don't think he's talking about Serena.
I'm talking about for their women's basketball.
Naomi.
Okay. You talking about Stewie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stewie. I mean, Stewie got her own shoe. Sabrina has her own shoe. But Caitlyn getting over Asia is crazy. Not to mention, right? She's supposed to won back-to-back MVPs last year. Lost it to Breonna Stewart. Found out she had a 4th place vote, right? And this is one of us. Like, she get busy from college, won a national championship, back-to-back WNBA titles for the first time in 20 years, right? Did it up against the odds, and she still don't have a shoe. It's like, what else I got to do? You feel me? But Sabrina kind of gets her own.
I was gonna say, in your opinion, what do you think the reason is behind that?
I just think it's hype. I mean, we know what it is, but it's
know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's not
the
that hard
hype
to tell.
behind it.
The media coverage behind her too. I saw
Yeah,
that.
I mean, and then it's
media.
like when you look at it, I feel like Caitlin Clark don't say much. So she not to say that Asia is a liability, but child, I'm finna get in trouble.
Y'all know what it is. We can leave it
know
right
exactly
there. Y'all
what
know
it
what it is, G. Ain't no reason in the world Asia shouldn't have
we
it.
always view this problematic. Like, look at Angel Reese, for instance. Angel Reese came out doing gestures and being herself, like expressing herself on the court, and it became a problem for a lot of people. And it took
even the basketball coach, the women's basketball coach, even
Yeah.
the way she presented,
Like,
even though she's fully dressed, she's still viewed as
it
something.
at
became
University
a
of
problem
Texas,
for a
yeah.
lot of people. So even though Angel Reese probably do get a lot of more like lifestyle endorsements, she get Essence covers and Vogue covers and things like that. Caitlin Clark, she's packaged.
So kind of like,
It's packed. I
don't want to use the word robotic, but
it's like
Yeah,
squeaky
clear
clean.
cut,
It's
clear
very
cut.
it's very
It's in
very
vogue.
clean.
It's in vogue. It goes with what they want to do moving
And
forward.
we trying our best not to say what's
I don't think what applies to Angel Reese applies to I don't think Angel Reese and Asia Wilson are two completely different
I'm not
personalities.
comparing those two, but I'm just saying if we looking at where we are right now, like we're looking at the women that's coming into the WNBA, not somebody that's been in the WNBA right now. That's why I compare Angel Reese, because honestly, I'm more familiar with Angel Reese than I am with Asia Wilson.
Right.
Like, that's why I compare Angel Reese to, because she's been very like expressive.
Bree, let me ask you
people
this.
had a
Let me
problem
ask you this.
What does that have to? My thing. I guess my thing is why.
Cody, you trying to make me say it?
Bree, let me
I
ask
ain't
you
trying
this.
to make you say it,
Let
but
me
it's like.
ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, Bree. You said something. You just hit on something. You said you more familiar with Angel Reese than you are with Asia Wilson. Can you speak to that? Like, what do you mean you familiar with her? How do you know Angel Reese?
Because of the media. Because last year was probably this year and last year is probably the only time I ever watched women's basketball. It started off with us doing what we was doing with the Sky.
Shout out to
And
Chicago
then
Sky.
Shout out to Chicago Sky last season. Even the season before that with Candace, was that the season before that when they won the championship?
Two seasons before.
2 seasons before that with Candace Parker and them. Like, that's when I first started, like, oh, this is really a thing. Like, people really are into it as much as they pay attention to the Bulls and the Bears. Let's pay more attention to the Chicago Sky. From there, it led to the NCAA tournaments. And I used to watch the NCAA tournaments because when I was in college, we used to have to travel and not have spring break and go dance at the NCAA tournament. So that's how I know, because I didn't have a spring break. So that's how I know about NCAA. But you
said that you hit it right on the head. You caught the wave right when it was starting to bubble and boil, right? Asia Wilson was one of the pioneers of it. Dawn Staley obviously is at the head of it. She played for her. But you caught it when Asia Wilson essentially kicked in the door, or at least held it open a little bit more for everybody else to come this way. So now you know a Raven Johnson. Now you know Malaysia Fawali. Now you know Hidalgo or Juju. You feel me? Now you're knowing these players because she opened the door. So now all of the other Asia Wilsons can come through. Same way Bron got little homies in the league. Like, you know this person's name because Bron kind of gave it the stamp. The same thing with music. If you really want to be comparable, anybody that Drake done fool with, he got the Midas touch. He turned them on, whether it's the Migos, whether it's Fullbacks, like y'all was just talking about a little bit ago. Like, the range is crazy. So the women's wave is really at its peak right now, or right before its peak. I'm telling you, them two girls, Angel, shout out to Angel and Camila Cardozo, they're going to have the trust turned up. I wasn't even sure if we were going to compete because we got rid of our whole team that won the championship. Our star players done clicked up against us, right? I don't want to keep like giving Metro and Future innuendos, but everybody seemed like they ganged up on the Sky. And then we turned around and made great moves. We got Spoon, who was a dog as a player, a dog as a coach, and she got the. I'm gonna tell y'all something quick. I was at the draft, and we're kind of like 90 seconds to 2 minutes before what's gonna happen on TV, right? When we got Cardozo, I was like, bro, we might have a chance to get Angel Reese because she declared late. When my cameraman told me who the pick was, I almost blew the spot up because I was too loud. It was quiet in there. And he's like, Angel Reese. I'm like, bro, you lying, because I knew what that was gonna mean for the city. But I had to chill. Like, I had to turn my Chicago down when we was in there, but I was so happy with the idea of, okay, we got James Wade got up out of here. He wanted to go to the league. He wanted to become an NBA coach. So we get Spoon, who y'all forget was just on the NBA staff working with Zion. So she knows how to develop players because y'all seen him before he got hurt, how crazy he was going. So she knows how to get the best out of players. When we were on the WNBA circuit last year, she was with Kalia Copper everywhere. New York, Vegas, all of the press runs. She stood right next to it because they had the same dog mentality. Now, I don't know what happened between the time that the season started and the draft, but a conversation was had. She got up out of there, but we didn't miss a beat. So I'm really happy that the league is going to start May 14th. That's my birthday week. I love going and covering them. It's got a ton of storylines and it's a ton of money.
A ton of money.
It's a ton of money in it now, man.
I do have one more question. So regarding Asia Wilson, do you think there's anything she can do to? Because I don't think that the good thing about this is I don't think that she's coming off as like a sore loser or like why not like a pick me. Like, I don't think she's coming off like that. I think she really deserves it after reading about her. So do you think there's anything that she can do to be recognized, like to get the accolades that she deserves?
I mean, to be honest with you, the best way I could compare it is like the Obamas. She handling it like the Obamas. Every time somebody throws some dirt away, she take the high road. She chills. She kind of like reserve. Oh, I got a book out. Oh, I'm helping these young women. Or I got a camp going on. I think it's going to be one of them times, especially with this season, they got a chance to three-peat. They got all of their starters back. I think this is the time where she need to go Miami Heat Bron and kind of just be a little bit more outspoken in her interviews, talk about how she's the best. Because if you really think about it, the new age MVP talk is not just what you do on the court, it's what they say in these interviews. It's what an Embiid or a Joker or a Giannis would say in an interview after they just kill somebody, give them a 50 burger. So when Asia Wilson, who just did, I think she did the second highest point per game in a single game last year behind Liz Cambridge, I think when she does that to a team, she need to get in these interviews and start going off, right? Y'all see me. Y'all see what just happened to this team. That's what's going to happen to every other team in the league. We lit. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
We the pro version of South Carolina. Who want what? I think she need to do a little bit more of that. And then we'll start to see, all right, Asia Wilson got a little attitude. She got a little edge. Same thing happened with Kevin Durant. He wasn't on TV like that until he started talking crazy. Same thing with Bron, for real. You can have this squeaky clean image, but then when you start pissing people off a little bit, everybody not your fan or you're not the most popular, that's when you become polarizing. That's when the big money come in, Bree.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I had the pleasure to watching the game. Was it game 4? I want to say because the WNBA finals was 5 games, right?
Yeah, best of 5. We was in New York,
Best
bro.
of 5. So I went to game 4 at Barclays for the clincher when Vegas beat New York. Asia Wilson was balling,
dogged up,
because New York had them, and it's like down the stretch, it was like Asia was like, "Nah, this is my game."
And they was down 2 players, bro. 2 starters. Chelsea Gray,
she
tore
was
her
going
joint.
crazy.
Kia Stokes,
she
tore
wasn't
her
trying
joint.
to hit none of that.
Bro,
I think the person she lost MVP to was the center of the big man for the big girl for
the team they beat the year before.
For New York, right? The New York had the
so
MVP.
Jonquel Jones was the center for Connecticut. They beat Connecticut the year before. She switched teams and went to New York, and then Asia went up there to the crib again.
Yeah, but Shorty won MVP though, right?
Huh?
Who won MVP?
Yeah, Breonna Stewart won it. But they teamed up. What I'm saying, like it was Sabrina.
She was going. I think she had. It seemed like she had a point to prove in the finals. Like, nah, y'all robbed me of my MVP.
So she just gotta be vocal about it.
She was busting ass.
Plug me in. I'll talk it for her.
Nah, she's busting ass.
I think that's perfect though.
But no, I think this is an amazing conversation, Gene. And I like you. I like you on here, man. We got to bring you on here more, man. Saying to Chop It Up Sports, man. And
I'm with it, bro.
The ladies, like I ain't even expect for them to know a little bit something. They know a little.
I know some. What?
They talk about. I know Michael Jordan.
I do know him.
Yo, Bree, I'm trying to put together a situation where I can do a giveaway for a game, some game tickets this year. But if you want to slow a game, Vegas, LA, Seattle, let me know. We can get it situated. So you can come on here and we can do back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to do some research messing with you, but I got you.
I got you.
Sure.
I teach a class. I teach a college class Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 8 to 8. Nah, with you. But
no,
I'm
I'm
get you
for
straight
real.
though.
I'm trying to be, what's her name? Taylor Rooks.
No, facts.
Sis
Appreciate
y'all
having
me,
though, bro. Make sure y'all tap into What's the Word. It's everything to me. I appreciate y'all having me. Don't forget to check out the NV, the most valuable podcast in the world, the Hitmen podcast. Real quick, real soon. Thank y'all for having me, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man, and have a safe flight. And tap in, man, when you get out there.
I got you. Appreciate y'all, man. Take care.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?